So I'm just gonna change my party for now, because these two really suck as far as combat goes. Wonder what happens if I go in there without Bastila. I don't think I've ever done that before. Let's actually try it. Let's see if it lets me. That's so weird. I thought you had to take Bastila in here. I hope it doesn't bug my game or anything. Okay, so it's forcing me to now. Sure, I'll just take Zelba. Isn't that the Rakata language? I thought I did recognize that. And that's the sand person. That's sand people. Another language that I actually do understand.
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand.
That's Selkath.
I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manan. Why would a droid on Dantooine be programmed to speak ancient Selkath?
That seems like a long time.
10 revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake.
The Star Forge.
The droid is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Star Forge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Or in fact, it could be anything. Maybe. That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Star Forge is more powerful than a mere factory. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else. These builders must have been an extinct people. Though it is strange, there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information.
Selkath is just a random language he's using, I think. The Sith? I don't think so. Well, I mean, the builders are obviously the Raks, like that alien species in Cassis's diary.
The droid must be talking about poor Nemo. The Council sent him here to investigate. and it cost him his life. Revan and Malik unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Starforge. Now Malik is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us.
Well, I've done it once, so I can do it again.
I'm here.
And I got you a new robe, Bastila.
I'm here.
Don't think you have much more to say. Wow, great shot. Great shot.
The Force fights with me!
Screen flickers. Kick it. Your foot hurts. Talk to it. Press a button. Press many buttons. Insert your data pad. What data pad? Identify the 3 primary life-giving seed world types. Life-giving. Well, that, like, it wouldn't be desert and everything, it'd be like living worlds with lots of life. So I guess grassland. Oh, we need to do all of them. I mean, I'm just using process of elimination because these ones don't sound life-giving at all, so I guess that's fine. Let's go to the next one. You know what? I'm not even gonna save it. I'm pretty confident I got this. Talk to it. I think we just do stuff until we can do this. Talk to it again. Identify the death-giving world type. So yeah, it's just the opposite. It's just gonna be these. You call that a test? Anyone could access the Starforge like this. Oh, okay. Can I go through yet, or is this the right way? I guess it is. That's so cool. I don't know why, but just in that one moment, like when you're slowly walking in here, it just feels like something really mysterious is happening, you know what I mean? Like you're in somewhere really important. Which you are, but still cool.
This must be what Revan and Malik found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
I don't get it.
This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malik must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves. But we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found. I don't know, but Revan and Malik were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more. But I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manal. There are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be. I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malik visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Seems good. Wonder if this droid has anything to say now. Okay. Well, that was too easy. Not sure if I can return from here. Might as well just run back, I guess. I honestly can't even be bothered killing that. I'm just gonna run. They can handle it. I think. Are you guys gonna kill it or not? Okay. Fine.
How can I help?
Let's talk about the dream
It was
first.
less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not. And are you so certain that it is not you in my dreams?
Of course you would say that, Bastila. It's always about you.
I see. That is most likely vanity speaking, for I am not certain myself. Regardless, our fates are linked. The vision was no doubt meant for us both. Are you wondering why we shared the vision? Or why we even received it in the first place? To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked. And for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you. The Force works as it will, and perhaps we should be grateful for what we've been given. I don't know. Believe me, I certainly don't find the prospect of being joined to you enjoyable in any fashion.
Well, that's not very nice. The feeling is mutual.
Please, forgive me. I did not mean to imply that you were repulsive in any sense of the word. That we shared something so personal is just not something I'm used to.
Yeah, I don't want you in my dreams. They are my
What would
dreams,
you
by
like
the
to know?
way.
Are you wondering
Oh,
why we
whoops.
shared the to the first, I can only perhaps because we desired to. Perhaps because they came to this planet and were strong enough in the Force to leave a trace. And what else should we dream about except that which is most important to our fate? We dreamed about Revan and Malak either because we were meant to or because we needed to. There is no other way to look at it. With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us. But when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance.
I don't think that made much sense. When we have so little to go on and the galaxy. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so.
As you wish.
Well, I did need to
How can I
talk
help?
to you about something else.
No, not bothering you. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question. Necessary, perhaps, but it is no guarantee of our success. I admit, I'm a little disturbed that such a bond could be possible in the first place. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship.
Strange that she would want to make me think about my past. Isn't she afraid I'll remember something?
Don't worry, these are simple questions. Nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have?
I really want to do it. I have to.
I see you intend to be childish about this. I guess I won't get anywhere continuing our discussion right now, will I? I suppose I'll have to speak to you again later.
What?
Hopefully you'll be a little more mature.
What the hell, Bastila? You're no fun. Karth is fun.
How can I help? I do? How? An amusing description, but hardly the truth. We both know the real reason you have some idea of what I'm thinking. The bond we share.
No, it's definitely your face.
Why do you still try to deny the existence of this bond between us? Like it or not, we are linked, as our shared vision of the star map proved. Our connection allows us glimpses into each other's mind. We can feel some of what the other feels, and what I feel within you troubles me. A Padawan must receive.
It troubles me that
considerable
you have
training.
no sense
They
of
must learn
humor,
to control
Bastila.
their emotions and darker impulses. Often it takes years before using the Force can be considered safe. The fact that you are so strong in the Force and have had such relatively little training could have terrible consequences. For you, and for everyone around you.
I don't think that's necessary. Oh my god, I need to
This
hear
is not
that.
a joke. The choices you make could affect both our destinies. Not to mention the fate of the Republic and the entire galaxy. There is much at stake. Thankfully, you've exhibited a degree of compassion and self-control up to this point. I sincerely hope you can maintain these traits in the future. We must all resist the influence of the dark side. It's everything we are fighting against. This is doubly important for you, with your natural affinity for the Force.
She doesn't actually seem that upset.
That's good to hear. Without the proper training, however, I'm afraid you will find the path difficult even with the best of intentions. There's great danger ahead for both of us. Our destinies are intertwined. Everything one of us does will have consequences for the other. Any reckless behavior on your part is likely to affect me as well.
It's okay.
I believe you truly mean what you say, for now, but sometimes it is not so easy to keep such promises. Your power could be a gift or a curse. When you need guidance, or advice, or support, I will do my best to help you stay on the path of the light. only hope I have the wisdom to help you through the dark times. But for now, we should return to our mission.
Well, that sounds nice at least. Hey, come back.
How can I help?
Okay.
Dantooine is a peaceful and pastoral planet.
Yeah, she has nothing interesting to say
Then
anymore.
Ah, you have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins?
Totally didn't find anything.
This news of a
There's
Star
no way
Forge
that's
is
gonna work.
disturbing. Action is required, but we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Star Forge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are done. Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within
Can they
ancient
ever
ruins.
position the characters right in this game so they're not just like running around each other awkwardly?
We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manam, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge.
I don't understand why Revan and Malak even left a trail. Like, why not just destroy all the star maps?
The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with
I
you,
guess it's just impossible to destroy them, like they're indestructible or something.
dooming your efforts to failure. Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith. But it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two.
Yeah, you've mentioned that a
connection
couple times.
that might be the key to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
Catwoman.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi.
Well,
nor
I
should
can
you.
try.
But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you.
No
A
thanks.
safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning, young Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
The fate of the galaxy
Very
is in
foreboding.
your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Alright. So do you have anything to say? Because usually
How can I help?
I have
Then I
to
suggest-
something like this, people have stuff to say. Oh, but we don't have that many. He doesn't say anything. To Honey, we can try her.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before in the grove. It was wrong of me. I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
You can be such a jerk.
It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope
That's
that
fine, happens
in our
every
time
day.
journeying together, I will succeed. How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would like to speak to me about? How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
On second thought, maybe not.
It goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived. It was not the homeworld of the Cathar that I lived on. My parents had long fled from that place, and perhaps that is a story for another time. Rather, it was a human hive world that I was raised on. The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children. Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored. They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference as the Jedi wore. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
No, I want to keep
How
talking.
may I be of assistance? What is it? I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken. I have been thinking about myself, about Quatra, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it. More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it. I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
Yeah, what do you want? I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements.
I'm just trying to tell if his visor thing is clipping through his nose or if it's actually designed that way.
I remember it well,
I'm
orbiting
gonna say
high above
clipping.
a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with a basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle. Every new warrior has to fear to understand how to beat it. You must know that. The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below.
Those droids sure are something.
The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing
That
like the
really
sun with the
doesn't
heat of
seem
re-entry.
possible.
And with barely 30
But
meters to
okay.
spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life.
It seems pretty damn insane. I want a basilisk. Oh my god.
I'll never forget those times. But
I
things are
want
different now.
one.
We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now.
He doesn't even
But I
care.
really don't want to talk about this anymore. I trust I've
No
satisfied your
reaction.
curiosity for now. Is there something else you want to know?
I want a droid. I want a basilisk war droid.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Right.
Yeah?
Treat injury. I don't care about that, do I? I don't know, whatever. You can get some toughness, you seem pretty tough. There's not that much here. I guess you can have that actually. Our strength is pretty bad because he has rifles. Oh god, she's got so many level ups to go.
What?
Let's upgrade someone's lightsaber while we're here. Damn it! Basilisk is on the ship. Okay, 1 second. Oh wait, let's get Johanni's while we're here at least. Damn, that's pretty good lightsaber. That's good enough. Can we upgrade any of this? No. Pretty cool.
Yes, what's on your mind?
You guys been very quiet,
Have I
actually.
been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop.
I really like this response, but let's just try this one.
Listen, sister, I don't remember reading anywhere that it's a requirement that you remain with us after we left.
Wow, what a...
Here you are.
How dare you? Flyboy, I like that.
Well, damn it, I want to know why that is. I want some questions answered. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Carth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
I respect you, Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will. And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you? That is completely beside the point. The Jedi encouraged you to stay with us, and I don't believe the reasons they gave. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
I'm just taking everything personally, apparently. Oh god. I kind of want to say it.
No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just... Damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again.
Well, okay, I'm just gonna see what he says. I can load any day.
Fine, you got it. Conversation over. Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
God, that's fun. I was a bit harsh though. Let's go back real quick. I should see people's reactions to these more often.
Have I been quiet?
No, I have to say this one.
Very cute. If you got any cuter, you'd pass for a Gamorrean sister.
Better than a Gamorrean's mother, that is true.
Look, I'm serious. No one seems to want to tell me anything, and it's starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you.
That is none of your concern.
I respect you, Bastila, but you've been... And why is that? A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that.
Well,
You're
that's
a
what I
neophyte
get for
Padawan
telling
who's
you.
been
You don't
saddled
even
with
believe
the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. I am not trying to provoke... No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted, or that I want to go. It's... Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again. Nothing. Not yet. Just better hope I don't get a reason to. Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
Fine. If you want to argue,
Yes, what's on your mind?
then
You got it.
I'm happy to argue. So I'm pretty sure last time I wanted to just check if there was anything up here, and then I got distracted by something. I don't think he does anything. Oh, here we go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done if I'd lost him.
It's just the same thing again.
It's just so good to have him back. We're just gonna go right home, right now, and
Please
celebrate.
kill
Aren't we,
me.
my lovely little droid? Don't worry. I'm gonna
Oh
hug you
god.
and oil you and care for you and make sure you never get away ever again.
Please kill me. I don't think I ever felt so bad for a droid before.
Yeah. Have fun. There we go.
I'm sorry we have nothing of value to give you as a reward. Our families have cut us off completely. Had the council not taken us in, we would be foraging in the wilderness to survive. We are waiting before the ceremony. Hopefully in time our fathers will agree to attend. If not, we plan to have a small, simple ceremony. You will be invited, of course.
Damn it. Because if you get their families to forgive each other, they say that they'll name their first child after you.
Rahesia and I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for us. Now we will finally have a place to share our love, without fear of reprisals from our families.
Or maybe he says it here.
Not yet, my friend. But perhaps someday soon. Rahesia and I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for us. Now we will finally have a place to share our love, without fear of reprisals from our families. We'll stay here for the next little while. We're still hoping our parents will learn to set aside their differences and welcome us back into their homes. If they do not, well, perhaps we will travel to Coruscant or to the core worlds and make our fortunes there.
I wish you the best of luck, Shen. I hope you two find the happiness I once knew myself.
Wow, that was so fucking sad. Unexpectedly sad. But I guess no children are gonna be named after us. That's alright. Don't have high enough persuade for that. Oh no, don't talk to me. Damn it.
Tong hai tuam jiji jum lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Ka chi kun ita hodonga. Ta kum just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodo. Runda di hodonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching pala.
Tarantatech.
King ba nunote. Ka chi kun ita hodonga.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out. I'm really done talking to you. So. Seems like that's pretty much it.
Yeah, what do you want? You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now. We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake. The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light, and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that. Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise.
How are you
Before we
even
could
still
counterattack,
alive after all
it fled at
this?
an incredible speed.
A ship.
We couldn't catch it, but we could
I like
follow
how
its
there's no
hyperspace
other
way.
option.
We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
Give me free stuff.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a speed-boosting stimulant to help you get quicker. There anything else you need? Your choice. I'm here.
It'd be cool if he actually had proper conversations.
Yeah, what do you want?
Like, all we ever do is talk
Your
about war stories, but you don't actually really get to know him. Pretty sure we said all we
How may I
could
be
to
of
her.
assistance to you, Padawan? What the... Of course.
Imagine doing that in real life. I want to talk to you about something. What is it? Nothing. Okay. I am ready to leave. Okay. And I'm not doing Manan first because I hate that planet. It's so boring. And Korriban's the best one, so we can maybe save the best to last. Tatooine's pretty nice. Kashyyyk is alright. What is it? Wait, what? 3 coordinates point to a small space station. I don't think this is in every version of this game. Like, I've very rarely been here. I think it's not a planet, but it's just a little small shop area. I think only some versions have it.
Lord Malik, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malik, he served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malik. Calo Nord, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malik.
Calo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Calo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malik, forgive me, there is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Calo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malik.
Yeah, T3 is pretty interesting. Let's take a look at this place. Maybe they have cool weapons and armor. Oh, what? Oh, right. It was definitely Karth, he's lying. Okay, I'll check that in a second, but I do want to leave the ship. And just bring whoever, I guess. Let's bring Zalbar on mission. They haven't spent much time together yet. Interesting how this place actually looks a lot like the Starforge. Jesus, that's a jump scare. This looks like something from hell. Oh, whoops. Who are you? Are you new or something? Yeah. Open the door. Sure. Cool. So... Can I see your stuff? I just want some supplies. That's true, I don't look it. I am the only hope. Okay, we've used this reference like 3 times now. What are you doing here? What do you mean? Why did you come here? Yeah, thank you. Yep. That's totally fine, just show me. Thank you. Light exoskeleton. What? This is total bullshit. This is all junk. Actually, that's quite good. But why couldn't you sell me some, like, guns? Or, like, heavy armor? Why is there 2 light armors and nothing else? Awareness plus 10. Too bad. Oh, wait, what? Immunity mind affecting. Does that mean you're immune to force powers that stun you? Because that'd be pretty damn good. It attempts to stabilize the user system and remove undesirable elements from it. Can you, like, tell me exactly what it does? I don't know if you mean, like, I'm resistant to force persuade or something. Okay, well that was sad. I thought they'd have some special weapons or something. Okay. What the hell? Okay. Sure. Well, it was worth a look, I suppose. next time, we'll find out which planet I'm going to first. But I'm not going to tell you right now. So I'll see you next time.